This Gunna, you listen to RNS, real nigga shit. You dig?
Yes, RNS listeners, obviously the one thing about RNS is that we always wear sunglasses, but we're adding a new segment, throwing shade. I want to dash these glasses, but I just realised I didn't buy them. But the reason we're going to do that, so basically throwing shade, is we have an opinion each week that we don't really like. I was going to say F with, but yeah. An opinion we don't want to F with and an opinion we want to throw shade at. So this week, since obviously Super Bowl 60 just happened and the Patriots lost again, and them niggas are in Cancun now as we speak, Bill Belichick, one of the greatest head coaches of all time, currently the head coach at UNC, and Robert Kraft were not selected as first ballot Hall of Famers for the 2026 Hall of Fame. Yeah. Kweku, I want to get your opinion on that.
Okay, so we have to add context to it. Bill Belichick has not only got rings as the head coach of the New England Patriots, but he's got rings as the defensive coordinator of the New York Giants, 2 of them. Mm-hmm. I think the issue for Bill Belichick is, for the longest time in the NFL, not even post Brady and Belichick, but even whilst it was going on, the NFL's version of like Jordan or LeBron is like, is it Brady, is it Belichick? Like, in terms of like trying to work out a question that there's no real true answer. We don't know if Jordan's better than LeBron. We don't know if LeBron's better than Jordan. They don't play in the same era. We don't know who's better, who contributed more to winning Brady Belichick because they did it together. I think what killed that conversation was Brady going to Tampa Bay and winning without Belichick. And then when you start to crystallize everything, and you start to look at Bill Belichick's career, you say, so you had a losing record at Cleveland. And then in New England, your first year, I think first season, you went 5-11 with Drew Bledsoe as your quarterback. And then you were on route to an 0-2 start in your second season. Bledsoe damn near dies. Tom Brady comes in and you win the Super Bowl, you win throughout the next 4, and you win 6. And then Tom Brady leaves, you become a terrible head coach with a losing record, and Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl at Tampa Bay.
There was one. Oh
no, the first season
they made the playoffs with Mac Jones.
And then they were terrible.
Well, 10-7, but other than that,
they were terrible after that. And then you start to look at his career, and then you take mine back to what I said initially. Oh, he won rings as the coordinator at New York Giants. He said, but who was on that New York Giants team? Only the greatest defensive player of all time in Lawrence Taylor. So he's saying, yeah, you won rings when you had the greatest defensive player of all time and the greatest quarterback of all time. But other than that, you're an ass coach. Go and check his record at UNC, please. So I understand the furor. But I can also understand when people say, and then you're also cheating on top of that, and you could have got yourself a 25-year-old wife. There's too many reasons for us to not like you and not rate you. See your ass down for a year. You're not first ballot. You'll go in next year. I don't love it, bro. It sets a dangerous precedent. I do think he's the greatest coach in NFL history.
So
there is still reasons why I understand why people.
So that's the main issue, bro. And this is why I'm throwing shade at the NFL.
Yeah.
Because, listen, I agree with everything that you said. If we actually want to put Bill Belichick's lens, put his career under a lens, you can make that argument. Like, are you really that good? Is it because the fact that it became a narrative? Like, we're never going to say, is it Andy Reid or Mahomes? Because we know how good of a coach Andy Reid is.
Yes, he made the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Exactly. So this is the thing with Bill Belichick. I think his personality comes into play. I think how he was as a head coach, with just the looking like you don't want to be there, like just that type of guy.
Rude to media,
rude to everyone, but that was his way. That was his way. Like, listen, you could be rude to media and win, because Fergie did. Fergie banned some journos, bro. You can do that.
Bro,
but you got to get it done.
Day for 10 years and Fergie did not do an interview. I saw Carlos Queiroz. I said, why? Because Fergie said, I'm not talking to the BBC, I don't
bro.
care if you pay your TV license. You're not
hearing from me. You pay your BBC license, or for niggas that pay TV license. You pay that. I pay my TV license.
Hey.
You pay that to hear Carlos Queiroz, bro. Renee Williams' team. Like, those are the niggas you're seeing after, because Fergie said I didn't do it. But listen, back to the NFL. At the end of the day, I just think it's nasty. I think it's nasty because even if you want to have this debate, and you can generally have it because we just had it, to not put him first ballot in the Hall of Fame. This is a brother with 6 rings, bro.
Yeah, 8 in total.
8 in total. Like 6 rings as a head coach, 8 in total. Regardless how he got them, how you could not just slip him in there. if he goes into the Hall of Fame, no one's gonna be like, is he really? Like, should he have been in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
No one's gonna do that.
No.
If they put in first ballot, everyone's like, oh yeah, cool. Like, he's eligible this year.
Yeah.
Like, it's nasty from the NFL,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not. And I totally get you can make the argument, because if you do look at it, you're like, okay. But that's just you. That's just us playing devil's advocate as to why they done it.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
It's nasty, bro. It's nasty work.
He's the first ballot Hall of Famer, but
well, he isn't anymore, bro. He isn't anymore, and it's nasty work.
Okay, and then before we move on to the wider ramifications, let's talk about Robert Kraft, because I think that this one is more egregious to me. Because I look at Robert Kraft and I look at not just what he's done, and we can talk about that in a sec, in terms of the results of his team, where they were as a franchise before him and where they've been since, in terms of one of the most valuable franchises, won the most, everything. I look at what he's done for the league as an administrator, making the NFL one of the most valuable kind of leagues in the world. He's been a huge part of that. And then you look at, on the field, he made the Super Bowl before Belichick and Brady, with Parcells and Bledsoe as his quarterback and head coach tandem. They didn't win it, but they made it.
Number one pick in Drew Bledsoe and Bill Parcells, one of the greatest coaches ever.
Well, you're the head coach that got him there.
Yeah.
You're the owner that got them there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And making Super Bowl is not easy.
Nope.
Like Lamar Jackson didn't make one with John Harbaugh. Do you know what I mean? That's a better quarterback and coach combination. You know, Parcells, no. Okay, it's
Bill Parcells, no way. I'm having Bill Parcells.
What, over John Harbaugh? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. But Lamar Jackson, I'm not having Drew Bledsoe over Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is way better than Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
And so it's not easy, and he done that. He got them to Super Bowl. Then he stumbles across. Bear in mind, Bill Belichick's status, or Bill Belichick's stocks were pretty low when he came to New England. Like, he had a losing record at Cleveland. It was a weird stint at the Jets where he was there for like a day and then he left, and he came to New England, and off the back, Robert Kraft said, yeah, you're the GM and the coach. Put full faith in him. And bro, they went to 10 Super Bowls and they won 6 of them. Or they went to 9 Super Bowls and won 6 of them. Incredible. And then Belichick and Brady leave, and you're back in another Super Bowl with another quarterback and head coach tandem. Bro, like, what more can you do?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Coach, what more can you do?
Yeah.
I think that was more.
It makes no sense, because like, you can look at Bill Belichick's not even lifestyle. I don't want to get onto him for having a 24-year-old girlfriend.
Robert Kraft's lifestyle. He's got a couple crazy cases.
Yeah, he's got. Oh, Robert. Listen, what owner doesn't have a crazy case? Yeah, and I saw him with Meek Mill as well, man. Like, yeah, man. I know. Listen, this is the thing. I think it's not to. I think the reason they're not in the Hall of Fame or first ballot is to do with off the field rather than on it. It has to be.
Okay.
It has to be.
Then we've got a question. Then
go on.
Does Tom Brady go into first ballot?
Well, if the NFL wants to be even nastier, then no. But this is the thing. So I think it makes the whole. I think it's a detriment to the franchise if Tom Brady makes first ballot Hall of Fame and then Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick don't. Yeah. It makes you look like, because it makes you look, even though your quarterback is your house and your quarterback is your main guy, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You can't do well without not having a good quarterback.
Yeah.
But you're now putting a quarterback over the franchise?
Brother, that's the thing about Thomas Patrick Edward Brady.
Yeah, because he's that guy, bro.
He's that guy. I'm so sorry, but he's getting paid more than top level quarterbacks to commentate. He goes to work 20 days a year and gets paid 30 million.
He's got more rings than any other franchise.
He's got more rings than any other franchise. He now is a part owner of a franchise while being a commentator. I'm sorry, the NFL is Tom Brady's world and we just live in it, right? Eli Manning will go to the Hall of Fame because he beat Tom Brady twice. He will go to the Hall of Fame because of that.
Nothing else.
Bro, Tom Brady beat the guy who's supposed to take his mantle twice and said, you're never becoming the GOAT. And now he commentates on
losing the Super Bowl.
Bro, I'm so sorry, but Tom Brady is definitely making it because that guy runs the NFL. And I feel like everybody, now in the cold light of day, looks at that Patriots run and looks at everything that happened over there and says, yeah, that was Tom Brady. Everyone, they've given it to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
They have, because he's making the Hall of... Because if Tom Brady doesn't make the Hall of Fame first ballot, you think they'll think pieces now.
Oh, yeah. No, the whole world will go into turmoil.
Bro, like, unfortunately, this guy should not be allowed to commentate because as an American commentator, you go during the weekend, during your prep, you go into the training facility and go, bro, this guy owns another team. This guy is going into
other teams. Yeah, bro, but he's Tom Brady. But that's why he can do it.
That's why he can do it. And I think this is a signifier of how everyone feels about those rings. They're like, yeah, it's cool. Kraft, you're a great owner. Belichick, you're a great coach. But we say that it's that guy that's the reason why you won it. And that's what I think that snub has shown us personally.
Yeah, man. Well, the NFL, you should be ashamed of it.
You should.
Maybe it's Tom Brady. Maybe he's got mob ties, bro, with Roger Goodell, man.
Brother,
He must do.
Bro, when they asked him about it's a tapping, right? When you ask Shannon Sharp, who do you want to win? He always says Denver. When you ask Peyton Manning, who you always say, says India, he says Denver. Tom Brady, who you got in the Super Bowl? Got no dog in the fight.
No dog.
From what a franchise you've been with for 20 years, you got no dog in the fight. That's crazy, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if he made a call to Goodell and said, keep them niggas
out of there, bro. What do you mean, What do you mean you're comparing this nigga to me, bro?
To me. I said, I sacrificed my marriage to give you guys one more year of ratings. Nah, man. They wait. I go in.
Yeah, no.
Now set up for all three of them to go in next year.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Which will be very interesting.
Yeah.
And do they all go in together?
Yeah, bro, it's the same story.
Maybe I think that's more of a storyline if they're all put in together.
Yeah,
they could hug and kiss on the stage,
yeah.
Because I don't think when they done the roast of Tom Brady, I don't think Bill Belichick was there.
No, they don't.
No. Bill Belichick was there, and they shared a shot. They shared a shot.
Yeah.
So they're civil to an extent, and maybe that's what the NFL wants, man.
There we go. That's the throwing shade for this week. Like Tony said, we're going to be throwing shade. Going forward, we were always wearing sunglasses. That's not going to change. Somebody sponsor us. You know what I mean? Sunglasses,
yeah, sunglasses,
Ray-Bans,
Oakley,
Diesel,
any of them niggas, Ray-Ban, Meta.
No. But yeah, that's it for throwing shade.